Number 8. The Hydra. Hydra is a serpent-like water monster with reptilian characteristics. A creature whose venom was so potent that even the Hydra's breath could be lethal to any man. Furthermore, the Hydra had the perplexing ability to regrow any decapitated limbs at an alarming rate. It was said that for every severed head, 2 more would grow in its place. Its lair was the Lake of Lerna in the ancient Peloponnese. The Hydra was known to feed off of the people of Lerna before his death at the hands of Hercules. The Hydra was said to hide in an underwater cave that served as an entrance to the underworld. Subscribe for part 4.